daily soccer podcast with the Global Sports Podcast Network.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Daily Manchester United, and we start off with, well, good news in fact. According to the Manchester United website and of course on the Manchester United app, it is Bryan Umbermo who has been made player of the match with, I believe they've reported, 55% of the vote. That's pretty good. Leny Yoro was in second place and Matthias de Ligt was in third. I was so excited I didn't even give a proper intro, but that's okay. You know it's me, Kieran. I'm here on a Sunday night looking through at what has been, well, a lack of club football. Let's not forget about that. 16 days is the international break. 16. Whew. We have plenty to talk about in terms of who went on international duty, how they've done so far. And not only that, but we get to talk about more about Umbermo, because not only did he get Manchester United's player of the match as voted by fans, he also won the goal of the month. And, well, it's that long ball from Bayern, headed on by Xerxes. Dalot's able to whip the cross back into Bryan Umbermo, who has three defenders ahead of him, who've all run ahead, and he is able to slot it home. His Grimsby effort did finish in second place. So, yeah, he's got the top two of Manchester United goal of the month. Then again, apart from, yeah, it's been slim pickings in terms of goals we can actually say worthy of goal of the month. But the Grimsby strike was something. And he's been fantastic. He's now in all competitions our top goal scorer. We'll come on to international duty in a second, of course, but he's just been absolutely fantastic. And second place, Leny Yoro. I think there was one match this season where it didn't look quite as good as he has been, but I mean, on the whole, he's been great. We've talked about it on previous episodes, how he's been just really great, along with de Ligt, who finished third in the Manchester United poll. Both of them, de Ligt and Yoro, we mentioned it on a previous podcast episode that the two of them at the back are just absolutely brilliant together, and it's working so far. 4 points from 3 games so far in the Premier League it could be a lot better, let's be honest, but it is what it is. We're looking to hopefully improve on what was a dire season. I think it can't really get much worse than that, to be honest with you. And yeah, I'm thinking what could be this season. All of us have predicted top 10. In fact, Tom has predicted us in 6th place, although he said towards the end of last week, if you were listening in, that even he now thinks that might be, a little bit of an overestimation maybe. But, we're going to hold him to that. We've got record of him, 6th place, that's that. I think Sam and I predicted 8th. The rest of us predicted 7th. So round about that sort of just on the cusp of Europe area. Do I still think top 10 is possible? Yeah, we're in the top 10 right now. It's going great. Nothing could ever go wrong from here on in, could it? No, nothing at all. Nothing at all. And I will, I won't have anything else to say about that. But yeah, I think it's been a mixed start to the season, that's for sure. We've got Tom making up the European competition, as I said, so it gives us something to aim for, and stops Chelsea saying that they've won every club competition. I mean, they have, but come on, don't rub it in. That's not fair. But yeah, it's been the Umbermo month, hasn't it? He's been great, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do further on in the season, and hopefully he can keep it up as well, because he's been great so far. You do that breath of fresh air going through that midfield. I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do, and all that good stuff. Remember I said as well about the Legends match, Celtic versus Manchester United. Well, that ended in a draw, 2-2. I think Celtic won on penalties. Well, it is what it is. It is what it is. But 33,000 people went to watch the match, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good by all accounts. Just looking at the match report made by Joe Nelson of the Manchester United website, saying that it was Celtic making a late comeback to force penalties once more, and as was the case last year, came out on top after penalties. And according to the report by Joe Nelson, the first half is that United were in control. United were more clinical in that first half, but Berbatov and Nani exchanged passes on the edge of the box, And after the latter's shot was blocked, the ball bounced the feet of Fletcher, and he got himself the goal with a shot into the bottom corner and give United the lead. And Dimitar Berbatov controlled the ball with his amazing first touch that he's never lost, and he was able to double the advantage. However, things started to go wrong in the second half of the Legends match, believe it or not. Samaras stabbed an effort just wide in the report, and the deficit was halved when McDonald was found by Samaras. And despite the initial effort being blocked by Tyler Blackett, Samaras made it so. And McDonald and Samaras working together to get the ball in the back of the net. And then 10 minutes later, Maloney latched onto a Samaras layoff and levelled things up. And Celtic then beat 4-3. Beat United 4-3 in the penalty shootout. But as the report says here, regardless of the result, these matches are more than just that. And every player involved will no doubt feel plenty of pride in having helped the communities of Glasgow and Manchester. Goals from United coming on Darren Fletcher and Dimitar Berbatov, really rolling back the years with those ones. Nani also starting off the back. Eric Jemba as well. So good they named him twice. Yeah, I know that was about a different player, but I don't care. I'm using it here. Tyler Blackett in there as well. Mikhail Silvestre in the back line as well. I mean, it's a stacked side. It is a stacked side. And also from the Manchester United website is that Matthew Brown reports that now fans have a chance to own a match-worn shirt for a Manchester United Legends match as part of their match-worn shirt online auction. And, well, you can go ahead and bid for them. And I'm just having a look. You can have Brian Robson, Michael Carrick, Dimitar Berbatov. You can have Nani. And all of these, well, at the moment, at the time I'm recording, are looking at £700 for a Brian Robson with a number 7 shirt on the back. £745 currently on that one. At the time of recording this, 5 days to go. It'll be 4 days to go by the time you've listened to this. So if that does sound like it's interested you, look, Nani, 17 on the back, currently at £456. You can go get it if you really want to. You can bid for it and go for it. It is worn and signed. So there you go. That's all in good causes there. And of course, Brian Robson leading the side there. And when we come back, I promised you about international reports. We'll have a look at what Adam Marshall has brought about who has played so far. We'll be back after this.
Your daily soccer podcast with the Global Sports Podcast Network.
Your body is unique. And Global Sports Podcast Network has partnered with Bionic, the world's most personalised supplements. Bionic provide 100% tailor-made supplements, designed to deliver precisely what your body needs at exactly the right levels to optimise your health. No guessing. So click the link in the show notes. Use the code GSPN2025 for 40% off your first month's subscription. Bionic. Don't settle for off-the-shelf solutions made for just anybody. Get what's right for you right now.
Your daily soccer podcast with the Global Sports Podcast Network.
I mentioned about Brian Umbermo, his great form, and he continued just that when he and Andre Onana were involved in the 3-0 win against Eswatini. Andre Onana keeping a clean sheet, and Brian Umbermo actually picking up an assist when his cross was headed into the net by Gift Gamedze early on, and then also supplied the assist for Georges Kevin Nkudu. So 2 assists for him. And it's great to see Brian Umbermo in such great form. Elsewhere on international duty, Casemiro also notched a goal up for Brazil as well after 5 minutes, but then he had it disallowed. So close yet so far. Casemiro, who's been quite good in these early stages of this season, looking to hopefully add a goal, but not this time. Manuel Ugarte also featured for Uruguay. Their 3-0 victory over Peru guaranteed them a spot in the World Cup. So we'll see if Ugarte does go to the World Cup. But he did come off the bench in the 69th minute and set up an assist for the 3rd goal in the game. So got an assist to his name on international duty there. So good to see over Peru. In Europe, Altay was an unused substitute in Turkey's 3-2 triumph in Georgia. He was also an unused substitute entirely in Spain's absolute drubbing of Turkey. 6-0 it finished in the end. Sad to see that one, but Altay not involved in that match whatsoever. Matthias de Ligt, although he was an unused substitute in Netherlands' 1-1 draw against Poland, he did come off the bench against Lithuania. Netherlands won 3-2 away from home, but Matthias de Ligt came on as an 88th minute substitute for Daniel Marlon, so he didn't really have the impact he wanted to in that one. Also, James Scanlon, we know, our resident Gibraltarian, featured a full 90 minutes for Gibraltar, but they did lose 1-0 to Albania. So that's as far as I can see in terms of international duty. Do let me know if I've missed any, of course, but hopefully that's everyone covered there. A good portion of that reported by Adam Marshall. So thank you to Adam for the article that allows me to sort of give a brief overview of international football. It's hard to keep up with international football, especially when you're trying to watch it legally. It's difficult to do. It is difficult to do. So hopefully that gives you an idea of how everything's gone so far. And yeah, international breaks coming up. England 2-0. Not necessarily Manchester United related, because technically we don't really have anyone. I suppose Marcus Rashford did go, but do you count him as a United player? I suppose you do, actually, yeah. But it was a 2-0 victory against Andorra. And what more can you say about that? Rashford substituted off, but there was a goal for Declan Rice in there in that game. And an own goal it was, actually, from Garcia from Andorra. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. We'll see. We'll see if any England players become, or at least Manchester United players, get themselves back into the England squad, because it's been too long now. Would you count Rashford in that squad as a Manchester United player? Because technically, yes, he is. So we did have a Manchester United player in this squad, if you want to go by technicality, but he is a Barcelona on loan player. And yeah, we'll see. I mean, England is still top. I mean, it's not necessarily, you're not going to remember the wins against Andorra, are you? You're going to remember other results that probably don't go your way. But England sit pretty at the top of the qualification group, so I guess that's okay. What do you think? Which England player would you like back in the squad? Or at least for Manchester United, anyway. Let's try and keep it Manchester United themed in this Manchester United podcast. Hey-ho. But yeah, I think Kobbie Mainoo, he needs many more minutes if he's going to make it back into the England squad. Harry Maguire, we mentioned before how he could be called up, but he seems more like a Southgate call-up rather than a Tuchel call-up. I feel like Tuchel is not going to rely on Harry Maguire, even though Maguire saved our skin. Well, I say saved our skin. Got us into the Europa League final and got us a route back against Grimsby. Again, yeah, you see where this is going. So it's tough. It is tough. I hope that a United player makes it back in. It will probably be Kobbie Mainoo if it's going to be anybody. But again, he's not going to be picked unless he gets some more minutes on the pitch. And after the fiasco about, he put in a loan request and Manchester United basically put their foot down and said, you're not leaving temporarily or permanently. You're staying here. And now with Cunha, who is injured, and actually I haven't really seen anything about Cunha. He did withdraw from the Brazil squad due to injury. Again, Ancelotti and Brazil, I just didn't think I'd be ever saying that in the same sentence. It's bizarre. And do you know what? I kind of love it. It's great. I'll just see if Matheus Cunha, if I can find anything in terms of injury. But yeah, it's a shame. He went off half an hour into the last game. And yeah, I just hope that he's all right, because that midfield was looking good. We'll see. We're creating plenty of chances in that lineup. Plenty of chances being created. It's just we need to be a bit more clinical, and we should have no problems from then on in. Brian Umbermo has been a revelation. I think Xerxes as well, when he came on for Cunha, was good. I think he enjoys being deeper in the play. And, he won the header that led to Dalot getting onto the end of the ball to cross it into Umbermo. So he was involved in the build-up play then. Really coming to his own. And it's a weird one because obviously Xerxes, we signed him to be a striker. Now we're playing him deeper in that role. I wonder how he'll get on there. And what does that mean for Kobbie Mainoo? Because whilst Fernandes is in the side, he's going to be dropped down deeper into the role. Will Xerxes stay in that attacking mid, or will there be a shuffle around where you put Fernandes further up the field and Kobbie Mainoo drop him deeper? Would you have it the other way around? Who knows? Well, we've got, a couple more weeks. I say a couple more weeks. We've got a week more to decide what we're going to do, because on the 14th of September, we go to the Etihad away from home to face up against Manchester City. Both Manchester sides have been a little bit up and down this season. Manchester City have only got the one win so far at the start of this season. Of course, they had their loss against Brighton as well, where they lost a 1-0 lead and lost it in those sort of closing stages of the game. They also lost 2-0 to Tottenham Hotspur. The win on the opening day against Wolves was looking like a bit of an outlier. But this is Manchester City we're talking about. You never doubt them. Even if they're going through a bit of a slump, they'll always find a way back. They always do, and they always will. So it's a little bit terrifying that they want to pick up the form against us. But not only against us, we have plenty of matches after the international break to sink our teeth into. Manchester United host Chelsea on the 20th of September. Then we're away at Brentford on the 27th of September as our final match of September. And then we have Manchester United hosting Sunderland. Ooh, I remember Sunderland being a real bogey team. Swansea as well. For some reason, those two were bogey teams. I always remember that. But hey-ho, it is what it is. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this podcast. A little bit of a shorter one today, but I thought I'd bring you up to speed with most things that have happened over the weekend, including a little bit of, how would you say? A little bit of conversation, rambling. That's the word I'm trying to find in there as well. Not only that, but before I leave you for the start of another week, it's time for Tweet of the Week, which I forgot last time, towards the end of last week. Please don't hurt me, social media team, please don't. Okay, let's get into it then. I'm going to be boring. I mean, Manchester United announced their player of the month, or at least the fans' player of the month, the fans' goal of the month. So I'm just going to be boring. It's Manchester United's post about Bryan Umbermo picking up goal of the month for his goal against Burnley. Go back, watch it, just be happy for the time being. It's a bit of football as well whilst the international break's on. Can't go wrong with that. In the meantime, though, thank you so much for watching and listening as well. And of course, don't forget to check out our partners at Zencastr, because here at the Global Sports Podcast Network, we spent a lot of time selecting our delivery platform, and Zencastr came out the clear winner with 4K video recording from your phone and AI editing, so you can pick out all those pesky ums and ahs or certain words you didn't like in there. You can do that all at the whim of the realm. You can do that as well. But also, you can really deliver it efficiently as well on your episode. So if you fancy telling your story, or if that sounds like your kind of shindig, make sure you check out our podcast, or check out our description in the podcast to find out more about Zencastr. In the meantime, though, enjoy the rest of your week. If you want to follow us on all the socials, it's GSPN Man United. We are on X and Twitter, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, and we're on Facebook. Don't forget as well, if you're listening to us on Spotify or Apple, make sure you are subscribed and following us so you don't miss a notification once we go and put the episode live. But you can also watch our episodes now on YouTube. It's at GSPN Daily Man United Podcast. It's so long, so you can't possibly forget it. In the meantime, thank you so much for listening. Enjoy the week upcoming. Plenty of episodes, plenty of content coming up for you. Until then, take care of yourselves. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Your daily soccer podcast with the Global Sports Podcast Network.